Alright guys, welcome back. Gonna have to make this video really quickly because we see a lot of people spreading FUD and reacting to it, and I'm just gonna try to bring some clarity to the situation. And this video will basically be about why I'm bullish on Zoukcoin right now. Now, before we begin the videos, a couple of things you need to know in case you don't know anything about Zoukcoin. Zoukcoin is a lending platform, and although a lot of people meet lending platforms with a lot of skepticism, as they should, this particular lending platform has a lot of things going for it in its current state. And I'm just going to kind of break down those things, and those ultimately lead up to the reason why I'm bullish on Zoukcoin right now. So, for one, Zoukcoin has a custom designed website, and I know for a lot of people who say that doesn't really mean anything, you have to understand that a lot of competitors in this space, a lot of other lending platforms, they go with very templated designs. They just go with whatever, and they throw it up however it looks. With Zoukcoin, they clearly took the extra love and care and put it in both on the front end and in the back end. By far, it's the best designed platform I've seen in the space. And keep in mind, I've been watching Zoukcoin since early January, so my opinions in this video will be, for the most part, positive. And that's just to reaffirm people, because currently you've got a lot of people just throwing out random bits of FUD that don't make any sense, really, if you think about it. So another reason why Zoukcoin is in a really good state right now is because of the capital release. All of the capital release days are very high, and this creates sustainability within a platform. When you have other platforms giving you back your returns in 60 days, like Lend Connect, or 120 days, like BitConnect, you have these super low return dates. So it actually shortens up the lifespan of the project, because you'll have a whale jump in there and tidal wave the platform and kill it very quickly. And if you have a series of whales do this, it really shuts down the project very quickly, because a lot of money is being taken out of the platform. And for these platforms to exist and to generate equal amounts of value to the lower tier investors, I'm not talking about the whales who already have a large capital to work with. I'm talking about the guys that are probably investing under 5,000. The guys that are within the amount of range that you should be investing in these types of platforms. To be honest, these platforms shouldn't allow people to invest over $5,000. They should have a limit of what you can put in. But that being said, you have 190 days on each of them, which means that depending on when you loan, everyone should hit around the same time. It's easier to manage. It's further off in the future. No one's taking out their loans, midway through the platform, and taking out large sums of money. This helps sustainability for a lot of reasons. And throughout the process, Zoukcoin's interest has always been close to about 1%. There hasn't been any 2%, 3% days or anything like that. Its average is probably a little bit less than 1%. So it's playing it safe out the gate. Where you got these other lending platforms, and they're all centralized. Don't get me wrong, but the problem is when you have other lending platforms giving you 2%, 5%, 3%, 4% every single other day. They're dishing out large bits of money, and that is a huge problem. When you got a platform with super long lock-in days and a very low return, you have longevity, you have sustainability, you have a lot less risk to encounter with a platform that does these types of things. And if you were going to launch a lending platform, you want to get as much money equalized out from the system back out to people, you'd have to go slow and steady. And that's basically what Zoukcoin's been doing here, and they've done a lot of maneuvers to get these whales out of the platform, step by step. And the last two cards essentially that Zouk has to play at this point, the most important cards, of course, there's the faucet and the other things that are there to working on, but the last two cards that are important to the people who've invested under 5,000, right, or more, is the staking, which a lot of whales are looking for that staking, and then you have the external exchange. Now, everyone should at this point know what staking is and how it affects a whale, and how it affects anyone who's not particularly interested by loaning. But let's look at a couple of other lending platforms that hit external exchanges. Now, we have Poly AI here that hit what exchange it hit? Coin exchange, right? All of these should be on coin exchange. It hit coin exchange and it started trading, very high value, very high amounts. We have $15, $20 here. It fluctuates, and right now we're dealing with Zoukcoin at freaking at 30 cents, at 31 cents. Zoukcoin's been fluctuating between 30 cents and 80 cents since the start of its launch. Now, if we come here to the exchange, we see almost no buy orders. We see a crap ton of sell orders. But when we look a little bit deeper, look at all these sell orders. All these sell orders are $10, $130, $140. These are low amounts of money. This one, $230. This is probably the highest one we're going to get right here on the first page. $100, $100, $100. All of these $7. These are very low amounts of money. So the first page we have probably sitting at $1,000. That's like 0.1 BTC. And then we have here $20, $70, all these little bits of money. And this one's right here is the largest one you're going to get on this page. This one's $466. So by the end of second page, we're looking at about 1900, maybe 2000, which is like 0.2 BTC. But look at the price, 40 cents. Just from a $2,000 investment, the coin would jump up to 43 cents. And then on page 3, we have larger sets, but a lot of them are mixed in with very low amounts of money. Like this one's $800, but when you jump through and you look at them, this one's a bit moderate size, I guess, and this one's a bit larger. But then you have smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. Look, this guy's selling one freaking order for $1. Like, this is insane. This is insane. Like this amount of money, except for these two orders here, this 800 and this 1800, all these other orders are relatively small. This is not like a sizable amount of money. And when it comes to investing, like, no one should be working with a couple of $100s. You should have a larger portfolio. I'm not saying you should put your entire portfolio in these types. That'd be crazy. You should only be putting maybe 15% of your portfolio into any lending platform. But if your 15% is equaling up to $200, that's not much of an investment. I mean, quality of life expenses per month could hit over $200, unless you're an investor from India or somewhere where the dollar's much more valuable. But you have all these low sell orders here. This one's 900, and then we go through it: $1, $35, $99, $290. So this one's a very low to moderate size, and this one's a bigger size. But all in all, by the fifth page, by the time it goes up to 50 cents, we're looking at orders that equate to a value of maybe $3,000 to $4,000. That's not even a full Bitcoin. And at one time, when Zouk launched its lending platform, there was about 20 Bitcoins of trading volume on the Eternal exchange. You have to understand something. On Eternal exchange, it's like working with a small pond and a little bit of fish. You have the only influx of buyers is the amount of buyers that click on Zoukcoin's ads or watch a Zoukcoin video and decide to invest. So when this is when the lending platform announced its promo for the $5. Since that point in time, it jumped from about 31 cents to 84 in a very, very short amount of time, which is vertically scaled. Now the problem with Zoukcoin is that it's only on the Eternal exchange. So there's only a bunch of people, and you see here, you see a bunch of consolidation all the way through here. It's just consolidation. These are not true waves. True waves look like this. They go up and they go down, and they go up and down. That's when you have a good amount of circulating supply. You have large waves. But when you see people just consolidating and consolidating and consolidating and consolidating, it's not really new investors coming in to the large majority. It's people who've already got in and are buying and selling to get more and to get more from the people who occasionally come in or occasionally have weak hands and sell their positions. So they go into the Telegram and they spread this FUD and they spread this fear to tell them that it's not going to work out or something like that is going to happen. And although only a key amount of people, it's like you've got people just with fishing poles just waiting for a person with weak hands to jump in here. Usually when the person with weak hands jumps in here and starts selling their positions, and they start selling at, like, the first tier of the ICO was 25 cents. This is the price that they opened the door at, and these guys are trying to sell 6 cents higher from that. This is insane. Once Zouk hits an external exchange, which, by the way, Zouk is not dependent on what happens in this internal exchange. If these idiots want to sell at whatever prices, it's not going to affect Zoukcoin. Zoukcoin could probably come in and buy all of these orders up to $1 and not hurt most of their portfolio of gains they've made thus far. It would be such a low amount of money to come into the platform and swipe up all the coins, because at one point Zoukcoin was selling these coins at 50 cents, 65 cents, and from 65 cents is when it will launch. So if Zoukcoin sold a large majority of coins at 50, 65 cents and these idiots are selling at 32 cents, Zoukcoin could easily come in and buy these out and still have a large position still held of value. It's not really that big of a deal that people are trying to make it out to be. So you have a bunch of people consolidating, and this is the problem. This is the core problem, is that people don't understand how these things work. When Zoukcoin released the conversion, you had a group of sell orders populate, and these larger sell orders, these reaching up to $800 or $1,000 every other page, these sell orders are people who are taking their entire positions of the coins they hold plus the coins that they generated from the loan conversion, and they're putting it all into one and they're selling out. That's basically the larger orders. These little bits of sell orders, this was already predicted. We knew that there was going to be a lot of sell orders fluctuating out because people got these coins at a promotion. They got them at a promo. But now that they're selling out at the low, they're selling out at a loss. And these are people who do not understand how to maintain value. Zoukcoin is by far the best lending platform in the space. Now, there's nothing that these individual investors or traders can do to hurt this platform. It will hit the internal exchange because Zouk isn't dependent on their actions. Their value is tied up in their own hands. Like, Zoukcoin's money is separated from the Zoukcoin itself. If Zoukcoin hits, 1 cent per coin, they could still hit internal exchanges. There's many coins on the external exchange that are selling under 1 penny, in fractions of Satoshis. So, just don't think that this represents the state of the coin. Moving on, if we look at internal exchanges from coin, we look at lending platforms that hit coin exchange. I don't know every single lending coin on here, but I know I can recognize a good bunch of them. But when we look at coin exchange, right, their 24-hour, I think this is their 24 hours, about $6.5 million, about 640 BTC. When Poly hit coin exchange, it's 20 something, fluctuating around $20, and then it's slowly starting to fade away. But even at its current, it's $1.48, which is like 4 times higher. It's like 3 to 4 times higher, maybe even 5 times higher than what Zoukcoin's currently trading at. And the Poly platform is having issues. People are not being able to withdraw or having issues with their platform. On top of that, the website looks like trash. And then we have Link Connect. In my personal opinion, the website does look like trash. It looks like a template. I don't know if anyone's seen a bunch of templates, they would be able to agree. But let's see what happened with Link Connect. Link Connect. And keep in mind that Link Connect was offering rates of astronomical, like 5%, 3%, 2%, like huge amounts of profit. And I don't even think that Link Connect has an internal exchange working yet. I think they're just working off external exchange. Look at the price that they're working with. At one point they hit $40, a crap ton of money. Now, a lot of these platforms, you have to also take into account that a lot of these platforms launched may have, or let's see back in here. So it hit January, right around the time that Bitcoin started to see a major decline. This is when it started to hit. So this is really, really bad. But we have a series of coins, Devor, BitConnect, a lot of platforms that saw their death and due to Bitcoin's fall. So a lot of coins will be affected by this. But with Zoukcoin launching its ICO mid-January, leaning to late January is when it really got its ICO kicking in. It wasn't even launching Lindy yet. And that locking in loans at certain BTC values is a very, very important thing you have to understand about lending platforms. Because if I lock in a loan and I give you $15,000 in Bitcoin and you have to give me 1% of that 15,000, you have to carry me and make sure that I get my 15,000 back plus profit. You can't be working at a Bitcoin that's lost 60% of its value, because the money I've given to you has lost almost half of its value in the process of you holding it. So how can you expect to pay me back? These lending platforms pay you out in US dollar. That's another core problem. They should be paying you back in crypto. but we move forward. That's why a lot of these lending platforms have died. But Zoukcoin launched during the recovery phase of during the like kind of similar to the crash or a little bit after the crash. I would say that it launched anywhere between 9 to 10K Bitcoin, and Bitcoin's still fluctuating around that. So it's like a stirring pot for a lot of good things that Zoukcoin launched at the time that it did. Now, with these other lending platforms, they will die before Zoukcoin dies because of these reasons. We have Poly, which is having issues, but still value at $1.48. We have LendConnect that doesn't have an internal exchange, but is working on external exchange. It had high highs, and its low lows right now are still much higher than Zoukcoin. And LendConnect's platform looks like a piece of trash. And then we have BitConnect, which has completely stopped lending. They've stopped it completely, but because they're on an external exchange, working with a bunch of other traders don't even care about the platform. They don't care about the company, anything like that. They just look at the charts, and if they see an opportunity to gain some money, they'll try their hand at it. And you have BitConnect trading at $3.19, and BitConnect was only around for like 14 months. This is the reality that you have to understand, that Zoukcoin is by far the most professionally designed website. It's consistently releasing updates weekly, and on top of that, every update that it's released has been fully functional. They allowed you to withdraw your money during the ICO. It's them saying, look, you could take whatever you want out if you invest it. If you invested in Zoukcoin during the ICO and you got someone to sign up on your referral, that's basically free BTC that you could have just taken out. And everyone has been able to withdraw up until this point. There may be people waiting a couple of days or a week to withdraw, but that's because the withdrawals are all handled manually. They have to watch the money and check the money. And if you were running a lending platform, you would do the same. You would not put your withdrawals on an automatic process, because you could have somebody jump into it, invest a crap ton of money, and withdraw a crap ton of money. Like, a series of things could go wrong if that was to happen. Now, keep in mind that this is not advice on what you should do. This is just a vision of what's this sphere of lending looks like right now. Out of all the trash lending platforms, we have one particular project that looks good, that works right, and that has done a lot of good faith-based actions from start to finish. And regardless of what the price is trading at now, we can all agree that if it hits coin exchange or it hits a prominent external exchange, it will be trading at higher volumes because it will have a larger pool of people to, trade against it. And those people will make up the large majority of buy orders. For now, we're only getting few buy orders now because Zoukcoin hasn't done promotion since it hit this. It hit this 80 cents per $5 promotion. The moment that Zoukcoin gets back into promotion is going to be at the same time that it hits its external exchanges, and they're rushing this all ahead of time. They were going to launch this out over a long series of time through March, but Bitcoin did its thing, dipped, crashed, and now they're putting it out faster because they're trying to get everything set in place before Bitcoin hits its wave again. So, with that being said, in my honest opinion, that is why I'm bullish on Zoukcoin. I hope this video has helped. I know it's a long video, and I won't be making videos this long on Zoukcoin unless we see a big update. But yeah, don't let little bits of information affect your choice. Try to soak up as much information and make your choice on everything that you can get your hands on, because I've been looking at these lending platforms and I've seen almost all of them. I've seen like 75 of these things, and they're all pretty much trash. And the only reason why I invested in Zoukcoin is because it did everything that it was supposed to do and more, and has the best looking platform. But yeah, that's my opinion. Take it as you will. I'll see you guys on the next video.